What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Growth Talks from a Veteran. My name is Tony Tone, and I want to help you to surround yourself with the right people so that you can easily accomplish your goals. Now, I want you to think about the best team you've ever been a part of, be it a choir, platoon, division, paper company. What was that like? What was that team like? What did you guys accomplish? How was it working with the best team? Didn't it feel amazing for you guys to all come together and accomplish your goals? Some of you guys completed great projects. Some of you grew as individuals, as people. And it seems like everybody got something from it, right? You might have been in a situation where you joined a team, right? And your team was in a forming stage. And in that forming stage, you didn't like each other. You didn't like the managers. You didn't like your peers. And it's because y'all all had different skills and different personalities and stuff like that, right? Think about how hard that was. But eventually, y'all overcame that. Now, think about the ending result. Think about when you finished that huge project, you achieve your company goals. Think about all the fruits that came from your labor. Think about all the return and investment that came from you putting your best foot forward every day. Wasn't that an amazing feeling? You loved it. You know you did.
Maybe.
Now, hold on. Before we continue, I want to say that this is a podcast for the growing professional. Every week, I upload content to help you boost your mindset, knock out goals, and help you become an effective member of any team, no matter what your position is. If you're new to this podcast, I encourage you to think about what you hear today. Listen all the way through to the end, and if it's valuable, please think about sharing it with somebody. What if you could make the best team every time you formed the team? Every time you met together as a group, you formed the best team because the best team had a specific profile. Everyone has specific skills to complement each other and help the team to achieve whatever the team's mission was. That success that you're thinking about, think about the amazing feeling that you felt. Because you felt it before. What if you could replicate that success every time you formed a team? What would you pay for that? What's the dollar amount that you would actually put on that? How valuable would that be? That's invaluable, honestly. You can't put no price on that. You can't put no price on it because it takes a lot of time out to weed out specific individuals with specific goals, specific personality, who would be a right fit for the goal for whatever the team is. It takes a lot of time, right? It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of research, all that stuff. In this episode, I want us to think about the people that we want to surround ourselves with. Every time, let's build the best team. In this podcast, I'm not a life guru. I'm just not afraid to share my life experience. My experience can be applied whether you're military or you're civilian. Before we dive deep into this episode, I want to put some definitions out there. When I say team, one thing I want to cover on what a team is, we're going to cover some of the best teams out there. So if you said the New York Knicks, the New York Giants, the New York Yankees, the New York Rangers, and yes, my friend, you would be correct. You would be correct. Those are all teams. Those are all teams with jerseys, numbers, fan base, the whole nine. But those are not what make a team. Now, this is what a team is. A team is a group of people with different skills and sometimes different tasks who work together on a common goal or a service or a project or some purpose or something. They are all independent of one another and they rely on each other to support each other's function. That's a team. And the goal of your team don't always have to be this monumental thing. No, you and your friends, you can be an example of a team. You guys, you go out with the goal of just having a safe night, have a fun night. That's a team. Thinking about the people you want to surround yourself with to build the best team, the best group, you should always consider these three things, just these three things when you're considering the people to associate yourself with, right? How does spending time with certain people affect your goals? One. Two, do they bring a skill set to help you with achieving your goals? And three, are they actually interested in your goals? There's one more simple but huge question that you need to consider. And before I get lost in everything, let me finish my thoughts on that, and then I'm going to share that one. So you want to stay with me on this one, okay? Before I go on to number one, if you're comfortable enough to listen and talk about continuous personal growth, I invite you to subscribe and also follow my podcast. I make content for those who are self aware enough to know that we are always continuously growing. Always. Number one, how are the people you spending time with affecting your goals? So we're gonna ask some serious questions here. Are you allowing the people in your life to negatively affect your goals? A negative influence, it can really mess up your chances of fulfilling the goals in your life. It can. You might have a friend or somebody that you think is just harmless to your cause, right? And listen to what I'm saying. Listen and listen clear. Everybody matters. Who you have around you does matter. So ask yourself, who's around me and what are they doing? And is it okay? Think about it. Are you good with whatever people doing around you? Is this acceptable? They say that birds of a flock, they flock together, right? That didn't really mean much until I changed my mindset. Now it's really important. And don't you ever notice the people that you hang out with, they would determine what you do. Now imagine, right? You saving money because you want to buy a house, right? And you have a group of friends that love to live lavish and they go out and just party all the time and go out to nice expensive restaurants all the time. How soon do you think you have until you actually get that house? Being around that type of influence all the time, you're gonna start spending, spending, and spending. You're gonna be dizzy. Listen to Kodak Black, he said it. Ask yourself, will I actually get to my goals with this person around? Hmm. If your answer is definitely no, that's all right. That's all right. Now you have three critical decisions to make. Now the first step is actually limiting your interaction with this person. I know. I get it. I understand how hard it can be to just remove somebody out of your life. I get that. Some of these people in our lives, they could be our loved ones sometimes. Sometimes it could be a crazy partner, that toxic family member, or that super spontaneous friend. I get it. Nothing's wrong with changing your interaction, how much time you spend with somebody, right? Going from 8 hours to 2 hours a day, right? You don't want to spend the majority of your time on things that's contrary to your goals. You don't. You don't want to do that. That's how you create a life of no balance. I'm telling you, take it from me, man. Take it from me. It's not okay to sit in the house all day and binge watch TV shows, then only spend like 2 hours a week on a skill that you probably need. That's no balance, man. Trust me. Take it from me. I know because I done been there. So spend major time with major influences and spend casual time with casual influences. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Otherwise, you're not going to get to your goals, man. You are not. Trust me. Take it from me. With this information, right? Knowing all of this, it is so inappropriate to blame others if you don't succeed. So trust me, limit as necessary. Number two, another thing you can do is cut them off completely. Now, hold up. This is the hardest action that you can ever take because you have to make that choice to cut them off. But it could change your life. Now, if there's something that you just have to keep away, then just do that. Otherwise, you can never, ever achieve your goals. Trust me. And is this making sense to anybody? If this is making sense, let me know. Hit that like button. Let me know if this is making sense, right? Thank y'all. I appreciate it. Number three, you can start by getting around the right people. Do what you have to do to spend time around the right people. Do what you have to, man. When you get around the right people, the right things happen. You ever notice that? If you want your success rate to go from mediocre or from low, then you got to hang around different people. Your success rate is, if the people you're around are mediocre or low, that's how you're going to be when it comes to success. Trust me. And this doesn't mean that your friends and family members are anything. They're not nothing special. I didn't say that, right? But let's be honest for a second and let's admit this, right? If you have to put together a team of like 5 people to deliver on a project for Elon Musk, right? He wanna make Twitter like a $300 billion company now. And he gonna pay everybody like 10 billion each. right? But you got to get 5 people. Only if you're successful, you're getting paid, by the way. Now, which of those friends or family members that influence you differently, which one of those are you going to choose? Okay.
Perfect.
Again, this don't mean that they're not valuable. You just have to understand, spend the right time around the right people. Speaking of the right people, right? The other day, I put something out on Facebook. I'm asking, where's a good place to eat? So my guy Castro, he told me about this place in the Great Lakes area, and he says it's this place called Mabry Public House. Now, it was a good place. If you ever in Great Lakes in North Chicago area, listen, that place is like it has some of the best food, man. I'm telling you, some of the best food. Anyway, during my time at this place, I met a few people who were sitting at the bar, and it turns out there was some amazing people. All of them, beautiful people there, right? And here's the thing: I've been hoping to get around a lot of like-minded people like myself, right? And I think I've been praying it, and I've just been thinking about it or something, man. And God, He must have been like listening on my thoughts or something, because like this couple, like they just I had met with them. And it was real cool, and for some reason they invited me to their house, like for Easter dinner it was, right? And I gotta admit, I was reluctant at first. I was super reluctant because I mean, come on, man. I watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of movies. I know how this stuff go, man. But some compelled me to go, and I went. And while I was over there enjoying my day, I met the family, and they was super amazing, man. Whole bunch of love up there. Whole bunch of love. When I got in the house, I was amazed, man. I saw like industrial lighting everywhere, boom microphone, all this crazy stuff, man. Later on, I found the family was all in the music, in the film. Matter of fact, one of them, he was a film major in college. And like I said, they was all musicians, right? I mean, even down to the 102-year-old grandfather who was still playing drums, still playing piano. He was still remembering like his time as a pilot in the Air Force. Like it was amazing, man. And then it was amazing, man. And then towards the end of the night, the dad that was there, he put me on and let me know that he was an actor. He was actually a local actor. Played on Chicago Fire. He played on some movies you might have seen. I was very, very, very surprised, man. But I'm telling you this right now, man. I hope that I can stay in touch with those folks because those are the kind of people that I want to be around for my interest and what I want to do. So I'm telling you that was such a crazy experience. It was a good meal, good people, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So you got to get around the right people. Expand your associations sometimes. You have to strive to be around people of substance, people that's cultured, people that make you dream, right? People that make you dream and that ask you the hard questions. I mean, some people, they'll sit there and they'll talk all day about all the things that they want to do, right? But these people, they talk about that too. And then they ask, why are you not doing it? And I get it, right? They ask a lot of hard questions that make you uncomfortable. But dealing with some people like that, these will get you to places that you want to go. Get you an accountability buddy and see how quicker you'll get towards achieving your goals. Think about that, man. When it comes to who you want to be around, especially who you want to build with, it's so, so, so important that you bring something to the table, right? It is. But it's also important that they bring something to the table. Now, in terms of making money and stuff, right? We all got to bring something to the table. We all got to bring something to the table because we all coming to the table to eat. It is what it is. If the people you associate yourself with don't have any skills, how can they help? How? Skills, they solve problems. Remember that. Now, hold on. Knowing a skill is not limited to just using your hands or tools or whatever. Sometimes it can be the ability to use your mind in ways that others won't, or the way that others just don't. I believe a skilled mind is always valuable on a team, no matter what team it is. Back to knowing a skill, though, everybody can do something. But if you find a person that can't do anything, you need to stay clear because it won't be soon before you start forgetting things, before you start forgetting about the value that you bring to the table. And if you're a person that lacks skills, you can only expect to be around others if you're willing to expand who you are. At this point, it's a skill too. I say it's a skill because it's called being humble. And in 2022, people don't know how to be humble. Let's be honest, man. That's not a learned skill in 2022. Being prideful, it creates so many problems. So being the opposite of that, it has to fix those problems, right? So if you want to learn skills, the best thing that you can do is pick up a book, read something, right? Pick up that book, ask questions, try to recreate the things you read in that book. Try to recreate everything you read. And if you really want to unlock the potential, right? Wait for it, wait for it. If you really want to unlock your full potential and develop skills that you never ever imagined, you need to pick up my favorite book in the whole wide world. It's called Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. Amazing book. This is a certified life changer right here. And if you want to learn skills, you can also go to school. Use your tuition assistant. Use your tuition assistant, Navy folks. Stop playing, man. You go to Google, you go to YouTube, you go to you get free learning material from just about everywhere. You can learn from your friends in person, whatever. But one thing that's not appropriate at all is to not do anything. So when you group up with somebody, think about if they possess skills. This could mean the success or this could mean the failure for your personal life, your team goals, or whatever else you might have. If you're still with me right now, I want you to help me out. I need you to help me to stay motivated so I can keep on making content. I want you to go download an episode, subscribe to my page, follow my show. Follow my show on all the podcast directories, also on YouTube. Send me a like, all that good stuff. All right, let's continue. Number three, are they here for the same interest as you? It's so important to know why those that get with you. Why are we teaming up? Why are we hanging out? When you put in major time towards any kind of goal, you should already know, do they have the same desire to have the same end result as you? Is everybody on your team interested? Is everybody that you team up with interested? You need to think about those things. And like I said, it's okay whether or not someone is not interested. If you ever seen my videos on YouTube and you're not interested, feel free to select not interested. It's totally fine, right? Totally fine. But feel free to find out if someone is truly interested in your goals. Funny story, right? On Twitter, well, I was learning to gain followers on Twitter and whatnot, right? I did some follow for follow, right? Silly stuff. And I ended up with a bunch of people that didn't think like I thought, and they didn't post stuff I wanted to see. So it became very hard to connect with like minded people with all the traffic and whatnot, all the garbage that's up on my timeline now. And I think it's the same way when you link up with people who's just interested in contrary to what you interested in. You get a lot of information coming to you, and it's not the information that you need. These people, they give you some kind of clue whether or not they're interested in the success of your goals, right? Now think about it, right? You get people to join a book club, and you let everybody know, all right, people, listen up. We got this book, and this book is gonna be 400 pages. Somebody, 400 pages? You're probably not as interested in the book club as you think. All right? You say, hey everybody, we're going to meet up at least just one Saturday out of the month. They hit you with the Saturdays. They probably not interested in your book club, so you probably need somebody else. This is a book club, right? This is a book club. It could be your division, your association, your study group, anything. It could be your business. You have that person in life, your team, etc. that's not interested in your purpose and stuff like that, it's a potential that you won't go far with them. So think about that one. Are they good? Are they right for your plans and your goals? If they are not interested in your plans and your goals. The most important thing you want to consider when you consider teaming up with someone is whether or not they get results. Results are so important that if a person have different interests and they team up with you, it can still work. Another reason this is so important is because every successful person does not look however you think a successful person should look. There's life coaches out there and they would never engage in some of the activities of their clients. But those two work together and they come up with a life plan to help that person solve a lot of problems in their lives and restore some balance. So they get results. There's young entrepreneurs out there that some wouldn't think twice about ever dealing with. But doing so might produce some shocking results. So don't overlook the fact that people deliver results no matter what. This could be life changing opportunities and it could create experiences that you'd never imagined for both parties. My final thoughts on all this is I hope that you've been thinking about some of the things I've been talking about. I hope you've been thinking about spending time with certain folks. Do you have a plan for this now? You have a plan on how you're going to associate yourself with certain people, how you're going to limit your time, how you're going to cut people off, and things like that? What are you going to do? Your goals depend on it. How many people do you know for a fact do or do not have skills that they bring to the table? Or maybe it's you. What's your next move? Are you going to read a book? You're going to learn skills? You're going to pick up mindset? You should pick up mindset. If you need motivation for reading books, I actually have an episode out there. I'm going to upload the audio to the podcast directories pretty soon, but I have one on YouTube that you guys can look at. It's a little motivation for reading books. If you don't pick up any books, you need to listen to this one. Have you thought about making sure that those who team up with you, they actually have your same interests as heart? If you're not thinking about that, then you really need to start thinking about that seriously. Don't be afraid to call out fake interests either, right? Do they have that same interest? If not, don't be afraid to call out the fake interest. You don't want to be confused with the type of people that you're siding with. You can't afford confusion in 2022. Not in 2022 or any year for that matter. So please remember to think about who you have on your team and who you associate yourself with. It can mean the difference between you achieving your goals, achieving your purpose, your missions, or whatever. Or it can mean that you don't achieve any of your dreams at all. It's all up to you. Thank you. Before you go, I need your help. I need your help. I want you to tell me what kind of content do you follow me for? I'm trying to do some quality control for my real audience and make some of the best stuff that you guys see. So reply to the pinned comment below and let me know what you guys think. And I'll answer you as soon as I can. Thank you. This is Cultivation. Download this and more episodes on your favorite podcast directories. And don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And also, don't forget to add me on your socials. I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have Facebook, I have Reddit. I have my new website up. It's growthtalksfromaveteran.com. Check out my website, check out my postings. You can find all that stuff down below in any of the descriptions of any of these videos or audios. Join me live on the weekends. Sometimes I try to stream on Fridays or Saturdays. So I've been using StreamYard and now I'm switching over to Streamlabs OBS. StreamYard is pretty cool, but I like Streamlabs OBS because it's a little bit more complex, a little bit more of a challenge, and it just looks better to me. So I will be live either Fridays or Saturdays, like on the weekend, sometimes more than once a week, all right? You guys don't want to miss out. I'll be talking about the week and I'll be just talking about a lot of different things. And we can get to interact with each other a lot more. And thank you guys. See you guys all there, hopefully. And I'll see you next week. See you on my next video. See you on my next podcast. Now, no further entries. This page, Tony Tone, out.